Well, a laser cutter and engraver has become a key tool in my workshop and a great complement to my CNC and wood shop. But up to this point, I've been limited in the work that I can create with my diode laser. So when WeCreat reached out and wanted me to try out the new LUMOS Ultra, which integrates a 6-watt UV laser and a 60 to 100 watt MOPA laser into a single device, I had to give it a shot. And let me be honest, I've not been disappointed. Today I'm going to test out this machine with a variety of different materials and settings, and we're going to see how it compares to the diode machines that I've been using and see if it really is that one machine that does it all. Now, one of the coolest features about this particular model is that it does combine a 6-watt UV laser along with a 60 to 100 watt MOPA laser, which means that you don't have to purchase two totally separate items to work with different materials for your projects. From my experience and actually doing a lot with this over the course of the past week, I can tell you with no uncertainty that it does everything from micro engraving, deep metal engraving, to embossing, all with one machine. All these different features also work with just one piece of software, which allows you to switch between UV and MOPA. You can work with materials anywhere from metal, stainless steel, aluminum, brass, anodized aluminum, wood, slate, even crystal, which reminds me that it actually does come with a complete crystal engraving kit and supports 4 modes of crystal engraving from 2D, 2.5D, 3D, and 3D textured models, which is something that's very difficult to find. Now, the MOPA laser, which is the other half of this combo, stands for Master Oscillator Power Amplifier. The MOPA has the advantage of being able to engrave different colors on stainless steel and some other metals. Now, since I've been using this machine over the course of the past week, a few of the things that I think are incredible standouts to it are, number one, its ability to make incredibly detailed and high quality graphics in an incredibly fast amount of time. And also its ability to emboss on a variety of materials such as brass, aluminum, and even slate. And we'll take a look at how this works here in just a couple of minutes. Now, this particular machine comes with the laser itself, the MOPA edition, and 3 interchangeable color-coded lenses. We have both the purple and green lens that's used for the UV laser, with the purple lens being used for most applications, but the green is used for inner engraving, including 3D engraving on glass and crystal. Now, the red lens is used for MOPA applications. You'll change the type of laser within the WeCreat software, either using the MOPA or one of the UV lenses. Changing out the lenses is incredibly easy. You just unscrew one and you screw in the next. Also comes with a conveyor belt, which allows you to work with larger materials, as well as a tumble accessory that lets you engrave, well, tumblers and cups and glasses. These alignment jigs allow you to quickly swap out blanks to begin your next project, making batching and alignment much easier. And this stand here is very easily assembled, very easy to set up, and is used to hold your crystal or glass workpieces. Okay, so now that I've had a chance to play around with a lot of different materials and really get the hang of these machines, or this machine, these machines, whatever you want to call it, let me kind of give you a rundown of what I found. Now, first of all, yes, they did send it to me. They did send it to me for free. This is a sponsored video. I want to make that as plain as day. But I really like this machine. Now, it's brand new. It's right out of the box. I've had 0 problems with it. Setup was incredibly easy. All you really had to do was plug it in. The hardest part of setup was screwing on the exhaust hose. That's it. Other than that, basically you just plug everything up and you're ready to go. Both the software and changing out the lenses and everything was incredibly user-friendly. I stumbled over a few things like getting the settings right on this glass engraving, which I'll talk about in just a minute. But other than that, and a couple other small errors that I made, this thing runs like a champ, is incredibly easy to use. The WeCreat software is very intuitive, very easy to use. You're going to want to read up on the manual and check on the settings and everything. But once you spend a couple hours playing around with it, you'll find that it's very user-friendly. Okay, so with that said, let's take a look at some of the things that I was actually able to do. Number one, this is something that I really enjoy. I like the idea of engraving on glass and on acrylic and making some of those LED signs that are lit on the underside. But I've not really been able to do that so far because if you're doing it with a diode laser, you've got to paint the back so that the laser has something to reflect off of. And it's dirty, it's an extra step. I don't like doing it. So when I saw that you could actually use the UV laser to engrave straight on acrylic and glass, oh, I was all over that. And so these are the results of just simple 1/8 inch acrylic. And my gosh, is that crisp and clean. It was a great job, very quickly done, took almost no time, and the results really kind of speak for themselves. Okay, from there, let's talk about the 3D glass engraving. This one was also very easy to do. Now, you'll see that I did mess up on it a little bit. You'll see right here that I didn't have the, I guess the Z, whichever coordinate, I didn't have it right. So it actually started off lower than it should have, and it comes out the bottom right here. But that was my fault, had nothing to do with the software. It was just something that I overlooked. So I'll make that adjustment in the future, and you can get some great results out of these types of things. If you have a market where you can do 3D engravings or 2.5D engravings of somebody's pets, somebody's kids or grandkids, you can make a lot of money with this machine doing this type of stuff. Okay, so now let's take a look at some of the other types of materials that I've used. Now, this is an anodized aluminum blank business card that I did a long time ago. This was using my diode laser. But if you take a look at this one right here, it's the exact same card, but this was done on the WeCreat. And notice the difference in the brightness on that WeCreat. So it did a great job on anodized aluminum. The results speak for themselves. It's a great job of doing that. One thing that I was also kind of amazed with is the fact that it does use the cold processing. So there's very little heat that's emitted on these. So you can pick them right up and they're not hot to the touch. I was afraid that they would be, but they're not. That's something that I was not ready for. Okay, also with the anodized aluminum, I decided to engrave this Memento Vivere design right here. And the results of this one didn't turn out great. I just don't think it's a great thing to do on anodized aluminum because it gives you kind of a negative effect, and I just don't think it looked that great in that much detail. So I don't think that's a reflection of the laser itself. It's more of a reflection of that particular design. And that said, both of these Memento Mori and Memento Vivere designs were things that I found on Etsy. So I will put links down in the description. They're not mine. I don't make any money off of them, but if I'm using them, I want you guys to have access to it, and I want to give the owner of the designs a little credit right there. All right, so from there, before we get into the coins, let's talk about what it did on wood. This is just simple basswood, and I really loved the engraving that it did on here. This is a bitmap engrave, and the lines are crisp, clean. The detail is uncanny on these types of things, and I really loved this one. It also engraved incredibly fast, and then I cut it out just using this laser, and it cut out in about 30 seconds, no problem whatsoever. So I love those results there. From there, let's take a look at some of these coins. Now, I have two different types of silver coins. One, this is a metal alloy. This one's a lot heavier, so it's like, I don't think it's stainless steel, but it's some type of alloy. And then we have aluminum. And you'll see great results on both of them. Personally, I like the alloy results a little bit better because it's darker. Now, I could probably adjust the settings on the aluminum and get darker results, or lighten the settings on this one and get some lighter results. But they did a great job on multiple types of metal, and I'm very happy with these results. I'll probably start like giving these away maybe to some of my students as giveaways, or putting some Southpaw Designs things on there and giving those away when people buy things. Who knows? Never hurts. But this was a really cool thing to be able to do. In fact, I've ordered a lot more blanks of coins, both in this metal and then also brass, because I've got some ideas on things to do with them. Now, I did do it with brass too. The results on this one aren't great because this was the very first one that I did. In fact, I should have waited because I didn't have that many of these brass ones, and so I only had a couple to play around with. And so I didn't get a chance to dial in the settings a little bit. This one's a little bit blurry. I think I was just out of focus on it. So, but you'll see the difference in the results between one or the other, that once I got things dialed in, it took no time whatsoever, and the results speak for themselves. I'll put links to these two different types of coin blanks down in the description as well in case you need to pick some up. Now, when it comes to the embossing, it did a great job of embossing. Once again, this was my mistake. Even though there is a camera up in the laser so that you can set it down and you can align it, I had my alignment off a little bit and didn't refresh it. So I ended up getting it a little bit off center. But this is embossing, and the embossing that this one did is an incredible job. Very good job. I'm not a particular fan of this particular design, but if you look at the results in the embossing itself, the results speak for themselves. It embossed very well, and this was something that was really interesting. Okay, now let's get into the last two, the ones that I was the most interested to check out because it was something that I'd never done before. The first one is stainless steel. If you take a look right here, this is one of the advantages of the MOPA laser in that you can adjust the power and the frequency, and you can get some different colors on stainless steel. Now, what's really cool about this particular feature is if you create any kind of plaques or trophies or awards, you can adjust your colors and get a lot of different results. And the thing that I like about this as a moneymaker, also with me being a woodworker, is that if I'm ever making trophies or plaques or anything like that, now I have the ability to engrave on metal and not just engraving with my CNC or with the diode laser on wood. And the coolest part about being able to do things like trophies and plaques is that when folks are ordering trophies or plaques, they're typically not ordering one or two. They're ordering 10, 20, 50 for their entire team. So there's a great money-making opportunity using this MOPA laser to get some different colors and some really unique results. And then finally, the one that I thought was just the coolest, this was the bee's knees to go back to the 1960s, was actually embossing on slate. Now, you can't really see the 3D fully on your TV screen or on your computer screen, but the embossing here is well over a 1/16 of an inch deep, and the detail is pretty incredible. I love the embossing that it did on this slate. I had to wash it off a little bit, but once I washed off the dust, man, this is a nice result right here. So I really loved embossing on slate, and this is something that I see has a lot of opportunity to be used in the future. Okay, so now after spending a few days testing out all these different materials, getting a hang of working with these lasers and kind of fine-tuning things, what are my real takeaways from it? Number one, setup on this was a breeze. The most complicated part of the setup was screwing on the vent hose. Other than that, you basically just plug things in, put in whichever lens you needed to put in, open up your software, which was also very intuitive, very easy to use, adjusting your speed, your settings, hitting go. I also love the fact that it does have a camera up here so you can actually see what you're going to be engraving or cutting on the workspace itself. Shows up right there on your computer, and that helps you to line everything up. As long as you remember to refresh and you don't actually knock something out of alignment. Now, when it comes to the type of materials that you can work with these machines, that's probably the biggest selling point right there, because you see me using everything from acrylic to glass to do 3D engravings, to slate, to brass. We're talking brass embossing, we're talking brass engraving, aluminum, alloy metals, anodized aluminum, stainless steel, slate, and wood. And the results on all of them are very good. So as much as I hate to turn into a pitch man to talk about the great results, I've had nothing but great results. Okay, and whenever I evaluate something, especially when it's something that's been given to me by a company, I always like to find some negatives. So the only real negative that I could find with this particular machine is the fact that it does have a relatively small 210 millimeter by 210 millimeter workspace. So it's more commonly used for smaller items. Now, that said, it does have a slide extension, which they did send me. Haven't had a chance to really use it myself, but this slide extension allows you to engrave 520 millimeters wide by 183 millimeters long, which means you can do larger objects using this extension, and you can also do a lot more batch work because you can put several items on here and then just let it go. Now, there's also a conveyor, which I don't currently have, and that conveyor allows you to engrave from 1,000 millimeters wide and 206 millimeters tall. So you can get some great results using that conveyor. Okay, so that is my takeaway from using this machine. And if you're interested in checking it out more, check the link down in the description and the pinned comment. And if you have any questions, by all means, leave those comments in there and let me know what you think.